What's good, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Tamaria and I go by Tamaria Lakay on all my social media platforms. So feel free to go ahead and follow me on your favorite one. I've been recently getting into like a bunch of story times just so you guys can kind of get to know me and pretty much my journey through life up until where I'm at right now. I did get a request to do a story time or like a Q&A on my siblings, so that's what we're doing tonight. Be sure to go ahead and check the description for some of my most recent story times, and also hit that subscribe button and a notification bell while you are here. So I come from a household of 4 siblings. There is my older brother, or my oldest brother. So there's my oldest brother, there's me, there's my youngest brother, and then there's my youngest sister, right? So me and my oldest brother, we supposedly have the same daddy. I don't know. My daddy was never in my life. After my mom had me, her and my biological dad, they separated. I don't know if my mama cheated on him. I don't know why he just never wanted me to be his child. I mean, eventually I did get to meet him a few times. I'm 36. I would say I spent no more than 48 to 72 hours around my biological dad. So eventually, I just kept reaching out to him, wanting to have a relationship with him. And then I finally went and I chilled with him one day, and we was smoking some weed and we was watching the basketball game, and we was watching it on a TV that was like one of them old school TVs with the antennas, and it was really like staticky. And I just busted out laughing. Like, everybody was just like high as fuck, right? And I just busted out laughing. I was like, damn, all these nights I spent in my bed crying, this is what I was crying for, because I wanted a relationship with a man who would sit down and smoke weed with his daughter and watch basketball on the TV with the antennas and the projects. Like, I was really upset because I didn't have a relationship with this person. But yeah, I just busted out laughing. My dad was like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm just like, "Nothing." It's just like, sometimes you want things so bad, and then when you finally get it, you just be like, "Damn, this is it," right? That's way, that right there happens to me a lot. So like, how I be pressed about this one particular person, I just feel like I need to stop. Because if God wanted me to be with that person, then God would put that person in my life. But God didn't put that person in my life, which means that it's for a reason. So yeah, me and my oldest brother, supposedly we have the same daddy. And then my 2 younger siblings are like same mama, different daddies. So my mom married their dad and was pretty much with him until she did die, right? Till death do us part. She was with him until death, because she did not believe in divorce. So pretty much my relationships with my siblings was pretty good, apart from the story that I told y'all about with my brother and how he was like aggressive and doing things with us that I felt like he shouldn't have been doing. But apart from that, I feel like we had a pretty normal childhood. We grew up doing all of the fun, silly, goofy stuff, fighting each other. We grew up doing all of that. So my brother was in and out of the house, so it was mostly me. I was really considered the smart one out of all of the siblings, right? I was the smart one. My oldest brother, I used to feel so bad for him because he would get his ass beat in the worst ways, bro. Like, I seen my mama whoop my oldest brother with some of everything, bro. This is back when my mama was still whooping him with a switch, right? You know what I'm saying? She used to still go out and get a switch. I didn't see her whoop him with a 4x4 piece of wood. She used to throw hands with that man. I used to feel so bad for him. But yeah, me, I got beat, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get beat like he did. My younger brother, he got beat, but my little sister, she was spoiled. She was the last one. She was pretty much spoiled. Me and her, we had a rough childhood together. We did not really bond very well when we were growing up because she was always snitching. I'm talking about you couldn't do nothing. You couldn't say nothing. She would snitch on you for the tiniest reason. Like, it wasn't even nothing big. It wasn't even nothing like, oh, like I hurt her or was fighting her or, you know what I'm saying, was doing something to her. She was just snitching all the time. So nobody could really stand her. But it wasn't until she got older and she got grown, she started living her own life to where it was like, okay, we can cultivate a relationship together. Now, me and my youngest brother, we always been like click tight. Like, that is my nigga for life. He's like always been like my best friend. If I ever need to talk to somebody, if I ever need some advice, or if I just ever just feel like, you know what I'm saying, I just want to be in the presence of him, he always uplifts my spirit, and I feel like I do the same thing for him. So me and him, we real close. And then the two siblings on the opposite end, like the oldest and the youngest, I feel like they're closer to each other than they are to the ones in the middle. But yeah, my brother, he's my youngest brother. I'm talking about my youngest brother. He used to have me doing wild shit, like having him go and hit licks where he was going and selling like the non-melanated people. Like, he would tell them that he was on, right, but he would go and sell them some fucking herbs and oregano and shit from out of the kitchen and have me take him to go do it, not telling me what we was going to go do, and then be like, go sugar, go sugar, go, go, go. And then I'm like, what is we rushing out for? And he was like, cuz I just scammed them, basically. So my brother, he's always been a funny, interesting character. My sister is very, very much, I feel like she's like me, but she's not like me. She was never really like, she finished school, like all of my siblings finished school, but she wasn't like into school, right? So my youngest sister, she like a hustler, right? She gonna go out there, she gonna grind, she gonna work as many jobs as she need to work, she gonna do what she needs to do. She is in a relationship, she's never been married. She is, I want to say she's like 26, 28, and she just had her first baby like 2 years ago. So we're a lot closer now than we were. Like, we don't talk on the phone every day or nothing like that, but when we do link up, it's like never no bad blood or no weird blood or anything like that. Same thing with my middle brother. We don't talk 24/7, but when we do link up, it's like we ain't never missed a beat. And then with my oldest brother, we don't hardly talk at all. Like, he might hit me up and tell me like happy birthday or happy Mother's Day, and I'll be like, thank you, and then that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of my siblings. I'm trying to think of a time. I'm trying to think of a story that's funny with us. I feel like we pretty much raised ourselves, if I'm being completely honest, because our parents, they was working and we was pretty much raising each other, right? So I was the oldest, and I was pretty much left in charge of the house a lot of times, and we just kind of did whatever we wanted to do when our parents wasn't there. We was having people over at the house eating up all the food. We had people sleeping over when they wasn't supposed to be sleeping over. We kind of raised ourselves. We kind of did while mama and daddy was working and doing whatever they was doing on the side with other people they wasn't supposed to be doing nothing on the side with, because they was married. And yeah, so we kind of formed like a close bond, but not like super super close to where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna call you every week and we're gonna check in and you're gonna know all the details of my life. We do have moments where we catch up, but for the most part, it's just like we keep it cordial, we keep it simple, and we realize that everyone is out here on their own individual journey, trying to find their own individual path to become their own individual person. So, or at least that's how I see it. And yeah, that's pretty much my siblings. We had a lot of good times. Like, we used to hang in the garage a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like that 70s show. We used to be in the garage a lot doing the same thing that they was doing on that 70s show, except for we was doing it in the 99 and the 2000, the early 2000. So it was pretty much like the same vibe, just hanging out, chilling, hanging out, chilling. Me and my brother, we used to like play fight all the time. I used to have that nigga in a corner skirt, right? Me and my sister got into one fight, and you know what I'm saying, like we got into one fight. I ain't get my ass beat. She didn't get her ass beat. We just got into a fight, you know. And I feel like that was probably the only time that we did get into a fight, like a real physical fight. And then as far as my oldest brother, we used to like wrestle and stuff like that, but nothing serious. And yeah, that's it for tonight's story time. I'll come back tomorrow and tell you one about my friendships and my friends. But y'all have a good night. Bye.